Good morning, everyone. This is Formidable. This is Formcast, and also good afternoon and good evening, depending on when you're listening and where you're listening from. Thank you so much for listening. It's a gloomy day today, and it is actually a Sunday instead of a Monday because tomorrow I have a stream anniversary to celebrate. That's right, 4 years as a streamer tomorrow, the 24th of June, 2020 is when I started. And I've talked about this on my podcast of when I started streaming and why I started and when and how that all went. And I'm proud to say that 4 years later, we're still here. But I'm not here to talk about that today. I'm here to talk about something a lot more important: platformer games. Yeah, that's right. You might not have a single clue as to what I'm talking about because I didn't until the game Only Up came out. I don't remember how long ago it was, but I do remember the trauma of playing it. If you don't know what Only Up is or what a platformer game is, essentially someone creates a game where you are an individual that must jump and climb and walk and run across different random objects on their way upwards. Now, the higher you go, the more risk it is because if you fall off, there's no saving you. It's literally falling off and hoping you land on a previous object level part of the climb that you've already been on. Now, yes, as you can sort of realize, is the higher you go, if you fall all the way down, you must restart. And this could be hours of work, hours of game time, and a lot of trauma. Recently, now Only Up, of course, is kind of come and gone. No one really plays that anymore or talks about it. However, more recently, in the last few days, a new game has arisen that kind of went viral with some larger streamers as well and is being played. And of course, I convinced myself to play it. It's only $5 or $5 or $6 on Steam, and it's called Chained Together. Now, if you can imagine Only Up or like your platformer game where you play by yourself, you jump, 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 up, run, walk, 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 nice and easy. You are in this game chained by a full blown chain wrapped around your waist to your teammate. Yes, you can have one teammate, two teammates, or three teammates. You can have up to four of you trying to shimmy your way across bones, across books, across boxes, across spinning 2x6s, a whole whack of different things. Now, I decided that I would challenge the community, and I said, during a random Friday stream, I said, we're playing Call of Duty, right? We're just chatting it up, hanging out, going a little pew pew. And I said, if we hit a certain goal of subs today, I will return that evening to stream along one individual. Now, this individual is a well-known individual in my community. His name is Patrick. He's from Norway. Not much of a gamer, but he does develop games. Really, really cool ones, too. With that being said, and if you're listening to this, you know exactly who I'm talking about. With that being said, the challenge was completed, surprisingly. Not surprisingly. And we began our journey on Friday evening. We played for 6 hours. Now it's approximately 4,000 meters up to get to the top. We made it approximately, I don't even think the first time we got 1,000 meters. Kept falling, kept climbing, kept falling, kept climbing. Absolutely ridiculous. So we called it quits. I had enough. I probably swore more than I did in 5 hours than I did my entire life. And I told him I apologized for it because I'm Canadian, but I meant every single word I said. Saturday morning, yesterday, we begin streaming. I get coerced to play 1 hour of Chained Together again with Patrick, who, like I said, not much of a gamer. I get coerced to play with him again. And the deal is you play 1 hour, and if you're not past the point where you were yesterday, the evening before, you just stop and play your whatever you were going to do on streamer, anyways. I said, an hour. Okay, we can do that. That turned into 5 hours. Another 5 hours. We got past the point where we were within an hour. We were actually really doing well. And then we went up and down. Climbed up again and back down. Climbed up again and back down. Every time you reach something new, You believe in yourself. You believe in the game. You believe in the ability to reach the top. But you barely get any higher than where you were. I don't know why I did it, but we did it. Last night, stream ends on Saturday morning, stream ends Saturday afternoon. Take some time to think, reflect, eat, visit my parents. Mr. Patrick messages me with a very motivating message of using communication, strategy, patience, and thinking that we can actually do it. So, because apparently we like torture, I returned to Chain Together last evening. And we did not beat it. Played for another 3 hours or so. We got really high. We got as high as we possibly have ever gone before. Approximately 2,100 meters. Just over halfway. After about 13 hours of gameplay. Just over halfway. Maybe more, actually, hours. However, here's the snag. Platformers are fun. They're difficult. They suck you in because you think you can just get it the next time. I'll pass that level the next time. I know where to jump now, so I can jump now and pass that onto unknown territory. However, Patrick lives in Norway, as I mentioned. I live in Canada. Now, yes, this is a game that anybody can join. It's over the internet. It's easy. There's no ping. There's no latency notifications. However, we realized that most likely because the distance between Patrick and I, there was some issues. There's a point where you have to jump on a spinning long 2x6 looking block row thing. Kind of like a balance beam, but that's spinning in a circle. You have to jump on that. And I said, after Patrick failing multiple times, that's right, Patrick failing, I jumped on, stayed on, but he kept falling off. And of course, with the chain, yanks your partner down. We realized that when the beam was in front of me, Patrick didn't see the beam in front of him until about a second later. Maybe like 0.7 seconds. So we realized that there was a lot of issues. However, we did make it past that point, and we got it to the point where we got to this new level, new territory, went from like a construction city place into this jungle place. It was really cool. Unknown territory. We don't know how things work. We start our way. We end up falling. However, we're saved by that level's kind of bottom platform, which we luckily landed on. And there's a trampoline. And the trampoline, you just simply jump and get to the next platform. However, if you can think about this, if one person jumps on a trampoline and the other is a little bit too far behind, the person that already jumped, as soon as the second one jumps up to delayed, the chain will yank that person down. And down you go. So what happened was I jumped on count 3, 2, jump. And Patrick jumped a little bit late. Potentially because of the latency in the lag and the Norwegian thing. However, I just blame him. And we fell. And fell. And fell. And fell. All the way below the point where he had trouble jumping on this spinning 2x6. I called it quits after that. However, all this to say that a simple $5 game, just like Only Up, can consume you and can take all of your time. And as I wake up on a Sunday morning, when I open up Discord, the first thing I have is a voice message from a Norwegian indicating that he cannot sleep. And all I can think about is that spinning 2x6 going round and around and around. Needless to say, the community was a little upset with Patrick for his poor performance, I'd like to say. However, I begged them to not be too hard and that he will have to live with this for the rest of his life. Will I try this game again with 4 people? 3 community members? I'm not entirely sure. I feel like this game was made to ruin friendships, relationships. We've had people say their 32-year marriage is on the line because of this game. People have suggested they might play with their fiancés, and I suggested that they do not. And if you haven't seen the game Chain Together, feel free to check out the latest TikToks that I put up, or check the VODs from our recent streams, or the many, many clips of us falling and falling and falling. Platformers. Not my cup of tea. But when a new one comes out that is absolutely ridiculous and kind of catches that wave where everyone's playing it, I just want to beat it. And I don't think I ever will. So on that note, I'm going to talk to my therapist about this video game and a Norwegian. Kind of sounds like it'd be a good intro. Thanks so much for listening. Please, if you see me playing this game, please tell me to stop. We'll catch you next time. Cheers.